We are officially just 6 days away from The Mandalorian Season 3. The long wait is almost over. And as per usual, we're right here to catch you up with everything you need to know going into the newest Star Wars Disney Plus series. First of all, the basics. The Mandalorian Season 3 will premiere on Disney Plus on Wednesday, March 1st. One episode will drop per week, with 8 episodes total, just like Seasons 1 and 2. We aren't aware of the episode's titles aside from the fact that they will follow the same chapter system as Seasons 1 and 2, so chapters 17 through 24. Chapter 17, or Season 3, Episode 1, is said to have a runtime of 35 minutes and 16 seconds. The exclusive Hollywood premiere is set to take place on the evening of February 28th, just hours before Chapter 17 goes public on Disney+. Unlike recent series like Andor, Tales of the Jedi, and The Bad Batch Season 2, early screeners have not been sent out to media outlets or other YouTubers. There are no spoiler-free reviews of any sort as of yet, which makes the speculation game all the more fun. With that being said, let's get into our final preview for The Mandalorian Season 3. This is everything you need to know. But first, real quick, we have to say a massive thank you to all of you. Over the weekend, we officially passed the 10,000 subscriber mark. In celebration, we've decided it's time to launch a community Discord server. Be among the first to join at the link in the description and come talk Star Wars, The Mandalorian Season 3, Bad Batch, and so much more. Let's get going. This is the way. Let's begin with our titular character, the Mandalorian Djarin. It's very clear that his journey will take him to the planet Mandalore. Over the course of the past 2 seasons, Din's broken the Children of the Watch's most important law by removing his helmet and showing his face to others. This goes against the way, the Mandalorian code that Din was raised by. By these strict standards, he can no longer wear the armor or call himself a Mandalorian, but as the armorer tells him in the Book of Boba Fett, he can gain redemption by bathing in the living waters beneath the mines of Mandalore. One problem: Mandalore is a wasteland. It was decimated by the Galactic Empire during the Night of 1,000 Tears, or the Great Mandalorian Purge. We made an in-depth video on that event, which we will be sure to link in this video's end screen. Din's plan is set. As he says in the Season 3 trailer, he and Grogu are going to Mandalore so that he may be forgiven for his transgressions. But the real question begs whether or not Din will truly be forgiven, or if he even needs to be. As he learned after meeting Bo-Katan Kryze in Season 2, following the way doesn't necessarily make one a Mandalorian, and it's possible for him to live a life without abiding by the rules of the Children of the Watch. Despite not being born on Mandalore, the way is all that Din has ever known, and turning away from it would be to go against his very own morals. Season 3 will likely dive into the question of what it truly means to be a Mandalorian, whether that's by following the way or simply upholding the legacy of Mandalore. Perhaps by Season 3's end, Din's views will align far more with Bo-Katan's as opposed to the Armorer and the Children of the Watch. Before the season's end, however, a clash with Bo-Katan also seems inevitable. In Bo-Katan's mind, her family status makes her the self-proclaimed heir to that throne. However, in Rebels, Bo-Katan is given the Darksaber in order to unite the Mandalorian clans and fight against the Empire. Her efforts are quickly squashed by the Empire during the Purge. In that process, Bo-Katan lost the Darksaber to Moff Gideon. In Season 2's finale, Din Djarin bested Moff Gideon and unknowingly won the rights to the Mandalorian Darksaber, and thus Mandalore's throne. Will Season 3 see Bo challenge Din for the Darksaber in combat? And if so, who will come out on top? One question that many fans have been asking is, why is Grogu back with Din Djarin? Didn't Din complete his quest and deliver him to Jedi Master Luke Skywalker in Season 2's finale? Yes, he did. The answer to your question lies in the Book of Boba Fett spin-off, which in reality was more of a Mandalorian Season 2.5. Grogu's heart wasn't completely in it when it came to becoming a Jedi and his training, and when presented with the choice of taking up Yoda's lightsaber and continuing along the path of a Jedi, or strapping on a Beskar chainmail chestplate and returning to Din Djarin, Grogu chose the latter. Surely he isn't completely done with mastering the Force though, right? In the various trailers and scenes released so far, we can see Grogu using the Force for various reasons. Simple tasks like spinning around in a chair and stealing Grief Karga's desk candy, Then there's this scene where he seems to save Din during a cave fight. Could Grogu continue to develop his Force abilities while also learning the Mandalorian way, perhaps becoming the next Tar Vizsla as a Mandalorian Jedi? The other question on many fans' minds in relation to Grogu has gotta be in relation to our little green friend's origins. This was broadly answered in Season 2 when Ahsoka spoke to Grogu through the Force, revealing his true name and that he spent the early years of his life at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. There he was trained in the ways of the Force until the events of Order 66, in which the Jedi were wiped out and the Empire rose to power. According to Ahsoka, Grogu was hidden during the massacre, but his memory goes dark after that. In Chapter 6 of the Book of Boba Fett, Luke helps Grogu to remember those difficult moments of his past, including a flashback to Order 66, in which Grogu watches the Jedi fight and defend him against several 501st clone troopers. This memory comes to an end as the clones kill the last Jedi and spot Grogu in his hiding spot, moving towards him. While we know that Grogu somehow escapes alive, it seems that Season 3 will finally provide more context as to what happened to him in the moments after. In the final Season 3 trailer, we were treated to a scene which featured multiple Jedi guarding Grogu as a lightsaber slowly slices through the door. Is Anakin Skywalker about to break through? Will he spare Grogu? Will someone else step in and protect him? Only time will tell. One character who has been noticeably absent from any sort of Mandalorian Season 3 promotional material is the antagonist Moff Gideon. We know Giancarlo Esposito's character is set to return, but we have zero idea as to what he's up to. The conclusion of Season 2 saw the Moff captured alive, set to be taken in by New Republic Marshal Cara Dune. Dune is one character who will absolutely not appear in Season 3, following the Gina Carano situation. Are they even going to mention her? Perhaps Moff Gideon will escape custody and kill her off-screen, and we'll learn of this at the same time as Din Djarin does. Some leaks have suggested that Gideon will don his own set of Mandalorian armor and come after Din. Will that be the case? It's clear Gideon and the Imperial remnants had plans with Grogu's blood when they had him in custody during Season 2. It seems they are attempting to learn the secrets of cloning Force sensitives, likely playing a role in the creation of Snoke and Palpatine's resurrection. Cloning Dr. Pershing is featured in the trailer, speeding through the busy Coruscant skyline. He has to be up to something, and like Gideon, why isn't he in the New Republic's custody? Showrunners Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have previously discussed that The Mandalorian would explore the origins of the First Order. Perhaps that time has come, as the scope of the Mandoverse continues to grow. Speaking of which, it's possible we see the first appearance of the villain that this is all reportedly leading to, Grand Admiral Thrawn. While it's extremely unlikely we'll see Thrawn in anything more than a minor cameo role, perhaps at the season's end, much like Thanos in those early Marvel films, as they built up to Avengers Infinity War and Endgame. One of the most intriguing moments from the second Season 3 trailer saw New Republic X-Wing pilot Carson Teva bringing a stern warning of something dangerous that's coming, and by the time it's big enough for them to act, it'll be far too late. Many believe he could be speaking to the New Republic's Chancellor at this time, the former Senator Mon Mothma, who featured in Andor. We also believe this threat to be Thrawn's re-emergence from the New Beyond. Thrawn was first mentioned in live action by Ahsoka Tano last season, as his true time to shine will likely come in the Ahsoka series, which is set to stream this year with a rumored fall release. Ahsoka's story will be the next chapter in the Mandoverse following The Mandalorian Season 3, so we would be shocked if she doesn't appear at all this season to give us more of an indication as to where her journey will take us. Ahsoka could also be flanked by another Mandalorian, Sabine Wren, as they begin to search for the lost Jedi Ezra Bridger. Sabine also happens to be a former wielder of the Darksaber. Regardless of what happens, count on The Mandalorian Season 3 to help kickstart the plot for the next couple of Mandoverse spin-offs in the form of Ahsoka and Skeleton Crew, while also keeping us hooked for The Mandalorian Season 4, which this week Jon Favreau confirmed has already been written. There's also always the possibility of setups for other spin-offs for characters like Bo-Katan, or maybe a second season of the Book of Boba Fett. But that about does it for our final preview for The Mandalorian Season 3. What aspects of this season are you most looking forward to? Let us know down in the comments below. Also again, check out our new Discord server, which is linked in the description below. If you did enjoy today's video, make sure to click the like button and subscribe if you are new to join the Red Squadron. If you're looking for another video to watch before The Mandalorian Season 3's premiere, check out our recap of The Great Mandalorian Purge, or our predictions for 10 characters who could make a cameo this season. Both are appearing on the screen right now. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you. Red 5, standing by.